Greetings, lovely students. I hope you're all doing well physically and psychologically. This is just a quick lesson. This is just a quick lesson I make in regards to a topic that you come across a lot, not only with my module, but also with other modules as well. And it's the topic of ministries. And the ministries that we have in Kurdistan region and the ministries that we have in Iraq. The reason why I chose this topic because I am certain that political terminologies are important because a lot of our teachers rely on sources and like written sources from the internet that are political in nature. So I thought that it's important for the students to have some input about, to have some understanding, to understand what vocabularies are used and the translation of those vocabularies so they can use it, or you can use them, they can use them for future reference. So here you have the word Prime Minister, which is Saruk Waziran. You have Vice or Deputy Prime Minister. The word Deputy or Vice means Jagir. Okay? So it's Jagir, Vice, Deputy, Prime Minister. In case of, I don't really want to mention examples, real life examples, because you're already familiar with who is the Prime Minister in Kurdistan region in Iraq as well, and who's the Vice Deputy Prime Minister in Kurdistan in Iraq. So I'll leave that to you to do some research to find out. You see, وزارتی کشتکال و سرچاکانی او why the reason why I've chosen the Surani version, not the Badini version, is because most of the political terminologies that are used by the government are in Surani. The dialect that is used politically in Iraq Kurdistan is Surani, so this is why I chose the Surani version. So you're next time you find a vocabulary like that or a phrase that is related to the ministries, you're familiar with it. So this is why I chose Surani. So وزارتی کشتکال و سرچاکانی is agriculture and water resources. Agriculture meaning کشتکال in this case. Okay. وزارتی روشنبیری و لاوان, Ministry of Youth and Culture. Youth in this case is lawan. روشنبیری is culture. وزارتی پرورده, you all know this, it's Ministry of Education. Now the next vocabularies, the next ministries, I only wrote of electricity, meaning what comes before it, what is the precedent of is ministry. So of electricity, I mean Ministry of Electricity. Okay, so Wazarati Karaba, translation of it is Ministry of Electricity. Just remember something. Some ministries we have here, but in other parts of the world, these ministries you cannot find, or they don't have these ministries. Case in point, Ministry of Electricity in Iraqi Kurdistan and in Iraq, yes, we have a Ministry of Electricity. But in the UK, we don't have a Ministry of Electricity. Instead, we have Ministry of Technology, which entails electricity, artificial intelligence. It entails a lot of things which are technological, so they're slightly more advanced than us. I think they had a Ministry of Electricity in the 1950s, but not anymore. I'm not sure exactly when they changed Ministry of Electricity to technology. That's one of the things. وزارت أوقاف و کاربار آینی. So the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Endowment. Awqaf, in case you don't know, it means when you endow a piece of land to the government for religious purposes. أوقاف كتعدكي أن تجهكي كي وقف بولاتي بدولة مقصد جبو مرامين ديني. Okay, so وزارة دارایی و عبوری, Ministry of Finance and Economy. وزارة تندرستی, Ministry of Health, which is very active recently because of coronavirus outbreak. I'm sure you hear of Ministry of Health a lot of times in the day. Okay. وزارت خوندنی بالا و توجینوی زانستی. Tuejinawa means research. Okay. research, scientific research in this case, because it says تویژنەوەی honesty. So Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. وزارتی ئاوادانکردنەوە و نیشتەجێکردن. Ministry of Construction and Housing. وزارتی داد is the Ministry of Justice. وزارت العدل that is. وزارتی ناخو, Ministry of Interior. Okay, Ministry of Interior. Yes, this is where I would like to explain that there are differences between the American system of ministries and the rest of the world's system of ministries. In America, they don't have Ministry of Interior. They have Home Office, which I'm sure other teachers will tackle when they teach the differences between the vocabularies used in America and the rest of the world regarding politics. So instead of Ministry of Interior in America, they have the they have Home Office. Unlike Kurdistan region, we have the Ministry of Interior. Okay, وزارت کاروبار کمالایتی, Ministry of Social Affairs. وزارت کاروبار شهیدان و انفال کراوان, Ministry of Martyrs and Anfal Affairs. Remember what I said in the first lesson? I said that many a times you don't really translate anything. You don't translate the vocabularies that are present in a statement or a saying or in a phrase. What you do instead, you transfer it. So in this case, the word Anfal is both in Kurdish and in English because they don't have the word Anfal in English. So you translate this ministry, Wazarat, into the Ministry of Martyrs, which is Shaheed, and Anfal Affairs, Korobarin, Anfal Kirawakan. Okay, next one is Wazarati Sharawani Geshtu Guzar, Ministry of Municipality and Tourism. Municipality and Tourism. Municipality means Sharawani. So Duhok is a municipality. Duhok is a municipality. There is a directorate in the city of Duhok called Duhok Municipality, Bojervania Duhke, which is, I think, involved in matters of construction and road pavements and urban planning and so on. The next one is Wazaret Samana Surushtiakan. Samana Surushtiakan are things like gas, oil, water, and so on. So natural resources, Ministry of Natural Resources. Next is Wazarati Korobari Peshmerga, Ministry of Peshmerga Affairs. The word Korobar is always affairs. So every time you see a ministry that says affairs, remember every time you see the word Korobar, it means affairs. Wazarati Plandanan, Ministry of Planning. Next is Wazarati Bazirgani Pishasazi, Ministry of Trade and Industry. Wazarati Gostinawa Gayandin, Ministry of Transportation. You see, in English, it's only one word, meaning both taking something and bringing something. It's like going and coming. But in Kurdish, it's two words, two vocabularies, because you don't have a word that has multiple meanings in Kurdish. So this is why we say Gostinawa Gayandin. Waziri, that's the Kurdish statement is incorrect. Kurdish writing has some issues. So Waziri Harime Bu Karubarin Parlaman. So the region's minister for parliamentary affairs or parliament affairs. Both of them are correct. The next is Waziri Harime Bu Karubarin Jinge. So the region's minister for environmental affairs. Again, you see the word Karubar affairs. And the next is Farmange Paywandiakani Darawa, International Relations Office. You see, because we are not a country, Kurdistan region is not a country, so they don't have a Ministry of Relations. They don't have a Ministry of International Relations. Instead, they have an office that can deal with other countries. It's through that office that other countries also communicate with Kurdistan region. Final one is Farmange Media Zanyari, the media office. Again, this is not a ministry. We don't have a Ministry of Propaganda. We don't have a Ministry of Media because it's not a country. So therefore, they have an office. So I'm going to put these vocabularies on Moodle. With this, I'll also put an activity that you have to translate. It's sentences just like before. With the vocabularies that you'll translate, sorry, the sentence that you'll translate, hopefully we'll have a language game in the class this time. So please make sure you translate those sentences because you need to translate them so you can participate in the language game. More so, this was a more of a serious topic that I taught. Other topics which I'll teach in the future, hopefully I'll gear down so you can learn those vocabularies before you go to other difficult vocabularies. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a very lovely day.